Andrew, do you have any experiences that, let's say, have been out of the ordinary or unusual, or an experience from which you have learned the most, or something that you can share with our investors?
Yeah. So in the beginning, when I started purchasing homes, my thought was that I could just go buy any home and fix it up, and that's how you do it. It would work out. But that's not it. There's actually math involved. Math? Yeah. Now, it's not complicated. It's like adding and subtracting and dividing. It's not difficult math. It's almost like third or fourth grade math. But the math is so basic. As long as you can understand this math, you can figure out if you should buy a property. So remember that $7,000 home that I was telling you about earlier? Okay. I bought that home for $7,000 and I put in $23,000 into it. At the time, that was my life savings. All I had. So I bought it for $7,000.
Is this what in the market is referred to as a fixer-upper? Is that what it is?
Fixer-upper, big time. Yeah. Yeah. The city was actually thinking about demolishing it. Yeah. It was definitely a fixer-upper. So I purchased it for $7,000, put $23,000 into it. After I purchased it and rehabbed it, it was worth $30,000. You're not supposed to do that. I could have just gone down the street and bought a $30,000 home. Whenever you're renovating, there's risk involved. What if there was something behind that wall or something in the my budget might have been $30,000 just for the rehab. And that was the other thing. I didn't know how to budget. How do you budget a rehab? But you can. You can do that too. So the idea is that not to go out and buy any property, but to strategically focus on buying properties where you make a profit. It's a secret. You make profit. Again, I was new. I didn't know what I was doing. So even if
what ended up happening to that property? Just sell it for a loss, or
no. I kept it. I kept it for a long time. All right. So I have a $30,000 home. I rented it for $650 a month for 4 years. $650 a month. All right. So $650 a month. At the end of 4 years, it was worth $30,000 still. It didn't go up at all. I had zero appreciation. I put an owner-financed note on it at 8%, which made my monthly payment $650. So I still did okay. I still did fine. But I could have done better. I could have done much better if I just knew some basic math, things like profit and not buying it overcall, So yes, I held it. And if there's a mistake in your real estate, just hold the property longer. Eventually, you'll be grateful that you have it.
wow. What is the average of home value that you focus on? I mean, have you ever purchased a luxury home? And I think
No. Now, and everybody's different, okay? Everybody's different. But I am 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? Below my median, but my price point that I want in my market is $250 and under. $250 and under. Because that's a working class family. Now, remember, I had $30,000 homes. That home that I had, that was not the only one I had. I had other $30,000 homes. Even the first home that I purchased for $50,000, right? These are lower valued homes. You do have plenty of renters in that area, but they can be like a bartender or a server. And guess who got laid off the most during COVID? All those hospitality jobs. So if I can focus on a price point where my client needs to have some type of a career, those careers stay, those jobs stay employed, especially during tough times. So if I can just get to a little bit higher, I don't need to be expensive, but $250 and under is what I want. Like $200 would be a great rental, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Anything higher valued, I'm going to not be as profitable on because they just don't rent as much. People aren't willing to pay a large amount of rent on a very expensive home. Oftentimes, too, those homes in those higher net worth brackets come with homeowners association dues or condo association dues, which will absolutely eat into your profit every day. Just give me a regular boring. How boring is this? Wow, Andrew, thanks so much for all your insight. It's so boring, but it works.
Have you ever had any challenges with renters? I mean, I've heard horror stories with renters and people that have been, investors looking for that passive income, but then after several years of doing that, they're like, I've had it. What has been your experience with renters?
Yeah, if I self-managed in the beginning. Remember, before I knew anybody, before I knew everything, I self-managed. I'm glad I did. It taught me a lot of great things to know and understand about management. I don't manage my properties anymore. I pay somebody to do it. And here's what happened whenever I interviewed my current property manager. I interviewed a couple other ones. Like, hey, I'm renting this home. It's for $1,500. Like, oh man, we can rent that for $16. What do you mean? Are you sure? Yeah, I'll have it rented in a week for $16. And they did. They rented it for more than I was renting it for. So the little management fee, it was hardly anything because they're renting it for more anyway. So I have a regular job. I have a family. I can't take a phone call at 2 a.m. about a plumbing issue anymore. Yes, I've had tenants so large that they broke the toilets. I've had tenants smash things. But since I've had a property manager, knock on wood, where all the wood is, I've been really fortunate, man. Really fortunate. They screen exceptionally well. And it's not like it's crazy hard to rent my properties. It's just there's so many people competing for these properties that we get to pick the best tenants. And that has helped significantly.